Brian Ross, VP of Partnerships and AI and Automation Consultant here at Scale Through Automation. Really happy to have you, and thanks for those that have been following us along, joined us today, and been moving along the process with us. So be on the lookout for some other podcast style episodes we'll be doing, but just in our initial series, this will be the final one. And you've seen some of the partners we've had, Chuck in Colorado, we had Jerry in Illinois, and then we also had Joshua down in Florida. So we've got a couple others working on in the background, adopting AI and what certain industries are doing in certain sectors, how they're applying AI, and really where to start. So today we want to dive deeper into AI agents, the business audit we've been referencing to, all the way to our conversation back with Wilton in our pilot episode. So really excited to kind of dive into, what really entails a company on how to truly integrate AI like into the DNA of your company to achieve massive scale efficiency. It does start with something that we've referenced a bunch in our business audit. And for the last episode we have here today, I have Rob Howes, our AI agent man, our VP of operations, joining us in. We'll bring him on and welcome him. Rob, how are you?
What's going on?
Welcome. How we doing?
Doing pretty good.
Good here. I got to give you some applause. Oh, good to have you on.
Did I freeze?
On my side, you did, but these days, who knows if it's me or you?
Okay, I never freeze. You froze.
Am I coming in loud and clear, man?
Yeah, you sound good. I hope I sound good. The internet was working fine a minute ago.
Oh man, the technology company with issues, but we'll get it figured out.
We can get to the moon. We just might not be able to get online.
You're looking good, agent man. You're looking good. I can hear you now. You're sounding good.
Okay, good.
Well, thanks for joining us, Rob. Why don't you want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself to the people that are on that'll be watching later?
Yeah, well, guys, gals, everyone, good to meet you. Good to see you. Well, I can see you through my third eye, and you can see me with your two eyes. And the thing about this is this: I have seen how technology has changed the landscape of the world. Like, I've watched it. And I was the kid who grew up, no internet, and then we had an internet where you plug it into the wall, and then all of a sudden we moved into websites, and if you had a business, you had a website, and that was super important. Then after that, we had these chatbots that were on the websites, and then now you have the AIs that make the phone calls and can be your chatbots and also book appointments and schedule people for tours. I've seen it, man. I feel so blessed to have the opportunity to come from the genesis to now. And so I get a lot of joy out of helping people understand technology, business owners and operators understand technology, AI precisely, artificial intelligence, automation. And the reason why is because the same way it used to take you a week to do a newsletter, and now it takes you 5 minutes, because most people who understand the basics understand that component. The same way it used to take you a week thinking and researching errors and iterations, now it takes you a few minutes. And there's a lot of different compartments and departments that you can take advantage of to that same magnitude. So it's just understanding what you're doing and understanding what automation to apply. So that's a long intro for saying I'm the AI agent man, and eventually I will have a cartoon coming out, me and this AI agent man back to back. I told you that. AI agent man. We're going to do that. We're going to do it. And I think saving people time and money is a beautiful thing, because I think that lessens the stress and heightens the happiness.
Absolutely. Getting back to the real life of why a lot of these business owners have gotten into what they do, right? Helping them save their time, cut down some costs. I always go back towards time. And that's kind of what we wanted to talk about first, Rob. It's like, Dimitri put it in. Jane, thank you for saying that you can hear us both. Glad we're coming in loud and clear. Appreciate that, Rob. You bring the energy, man. I love it. The first thing we want to talk about, again, we've referenced it a ton, all the way back to talking to Wilton, our founder and CEO. is, the business audit or time audit, whatever you want to call it. We have it listed as a business audit, but essentially, Rob, I wanted to hear from you on like, why is that such a vital first step? You kind of just touched on it, but that's just a huge thing, and understanding like, where are you spending your time? What are you doing so that we can then fix it, instead of just kind of, thinking the agent man's going to roll in and have all guns ablazing and be ready to roll. So I wanted to hear your feedback on kind of why that's such a big step for a lot of these businesses.
Well, the number one step in anything is understanding, right? Gaining an understanding is always going to give you the ability, because see, wisdom is the proper application of knowledge. So you get the knowledge, and the wisdom is how you apply it. And so the business audit allows you apply wisdom to your business, because once you understand what your processes are, the business audit then understands how to streamline them, which is wisdom, the proper application of it. And so the proper application for a person would be to use the business audit to identify where in their business operations can they streamline, automate, make things faster, better, more effective. And the business audit does that for you. So you don't have to think about it. Like, again, we're in a time where a business audit with a consultant back in the days, and this is true, would take hours, sometimes weeks, to do a full business audit. This is 100% fact. Now, with AI automation and the right procedures and processes, you can use a business audit to identify exactly where in the marketing department you can enhance, exactly where in the operations department is inefficient, exactly where people are maybe spending too much time. Sometimes people are just spending time unnecessarily. Well, that time can be utilized in another area, which now it elevates your business. So again, wisdom is the proper application of knowledge. Well, to identify where exactly in your business to apply that, the business audit does that automatically.
Yeah, those administrative tasks, reducing manual processes, like it's just repetitive, guys, but that's the best way to start. It's like you said perfectly, Rob. Like that knowledge is the bridge to the wisdom, or how did you phrase it? I totally messed
Yeah,
up.
wisdom is the proper application of
There
knowledge.
you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So thank you. Just getting into those different processes, really understanding your business, and like I've said before, we talked about last week with Chuck some quick wins, sectors, and then where to get started. All of this is feeding back into now our conversation today, where it's really just aimed towards like understanding where you're spending your time, where your employees are spending your time. We've done these audits where we can tier them out based on those quick wins, the ones that might take a little longer and are more complex, less rules based. It's all around gaining the understanding to, I think, what Jerry said a few weeks ago, of understanding the bottlenecks and the problems behind where we can make those fixes in the long term. And man, that's just huge.
Yeah.
I love how you phrased that though, Rob.
Yeah, it's important. It's important to get an understanding of it, and then put things in place. And the most important thing is this, the people. I have this thing. I heard it somewhere. I don't know who I heard it from, but it was HI plus EI. HI plus AI equals EI. HI is human intelligence plus AI is artificial intelligence equals EI, which is enhanced intelligence. Essentially, you want to enhance the intelligence. So you don't want to just have technology, and you don't want to just have people. You want to have the people using the technology the right way. And in this case, the business audit, when it identifies processes that need to be automated, and then the people can oversee that, make sure it's happening, but no longer having to spend their time. So, and time is valuable.
Yeah, and so like once we have that data, like how are we, or able to kind of communicate on how to use that actually when we build these strategies around AI and automation?
Yeah. So you have the team, you have the individuals who are responsible for the process. And so whoever's responsible for the process, they know all the components of it. They know who's doing what, who's going where. And if they don't know, after going through the business audit, they will know. And so what happens is, whatever happens on a daily basis, you continue to do that, but then you implement a workflow and automation into that particular workflow, right? And if it's a manual component, if it's a manual step, no longer is it, right? And so there's handoffs. But the number one thing is first identifying what these issues are. There's always an issue. There's always a way to do things better. And the other thing too is this: you're looking for repetitive. And this is the thing too, even before the business audit, you're looking for things that you do every day. Even if you're doing it right, if something you do every day, it's a good possibility that you can add some automation to that.
Absolutely.
And yeah, good. And it's a good idea to try to identify that.
Yeah, no, great call up, man. I was gonna say it's like really our first target in doing this business audit is like the patterns behind how these folks are working. A sales team implementing leads into the CRM, or you're following up with people on reviews, or you're just even leads that are coming in, having AI be able to do those voice and chat conversations like you mentioned, Rob. Like that's a huge piece in like data entry, things that you're doing weekly, daily, weekly, monthly that can really multiply quickly in how much time you spend on those throughout the course of time that we're talking about. So
Yep.
it really goes all back to kind of prioritizing how to build those systems around what the return of the most time and money back is to aim at those targets first for your business, so that first of all you can see it and then start multiplying that into other areas of your business. So
Yeah.
I know we spoke last week. I think you might have taken a look at what Chuck and I were talking about, but he mentioned some quick wins. But as the AI agent man, I wanted you to really hone in on some of the more complex like AI agents that we're building for customers, and really how that's kind of changed the game a little bit. They're usually, custom solutions. Like talk a little bit more about kind of how we're able to build those and what those look like.
Yeah. One of the things that every business on the planet needs, every single person, every business needs customers or clients. Everyone, every single one. And so when it comes to leads, this is very important. Well, the lead generation process, it's important. It's the lifeline of the company. And so if you can find a way, and this is what we do, one of the quick wins is bring more leads into your business. And the way you do that is identify where those, we'll call them ideal customer profiles are, where these individuals are that are your clients or possible customers. You build a workflow, so it's where you can go find them and you qualify them, enrich them, meaning that you get the name, number, email, all the contact information. You build a workflow that can now reach out to them via text and email, even a phone call, right? And then you engage with them, and then once they engage with you, they schedule an appointment or brings them in for a tour or for a consultation. So that's one side, and then on another quick win is, you have phone calls that come in all the time and people can't always get to them, especially if it's after hours. Hello. And so if it's after hours and you have a AI agent, man, or AI agent literally answering, if you have that, we've had customers, we've had clients that say they've lost 2 to 3 people a week just from not answering, just missing the call. Because once somebody calls a business and no one answers, they're not really going to call back. It's not how it works here. Maybe in the 90s, Now it's like, okay, next. And so not missing a call is not missing business. Another quick win, right? Those are some quick ones. Anything on the front side of the business, and also the branding aspect. We've got clients, even ourselves. When I say scale through automation, we've gotten clients just from social media. Like we just got a client yesterday, came through from YouTube. It wouldn't happen if we did not have a social media presence. Well, that can be automated. Another quick win, building social media campaigns, lead generations, and not missing phone calls. Those are quick ones, and these are easy, can be implemented like that. Well, maybe not like that, but
yeah, I'm hoping with Dimitri we can have a link for our AI agents that you're talking about, Rob, that we've built in and go high level. Great way to kind of understand how this all works. Getting those quick wins to answer phone calls, reach out to people, have an online presence, and really structure your whole social branding, social media to make that automated as well. Because man, that from the creative side on my end, that can be such a hassle, and just getting some ideas of what you want it and all this. Like the stuff you're talking about, Rob, I love it, because the main thing is like these people, business owners obviously know their business the best. So once you have the input of how you want it to operate, what you want it to look like, how you want it to sound, qualifying questions to bring in and escalate qualified leads, you're just running it from there. And there might be some testing and some tweaks and things you make, along the way, but that's really all it entails. It's like, tell us about your business. Let's build this thing. So on that note, if could you talk a little bit about like kind of some of the deeper solutions, like custom solutions, in stuff that'll come from something like this business audit?
Yeah. Well, there's some invoice data extracting processes. So we're doing an invoice processing. So there's this company they process hundreds and hundreds of invoices a week. And there's a person who actually gets the invoice, and then they do some things on the computer manually, and then they have to share that invoice, and it goes to another person who then, I guess, confirms the invoice and puts into a folder, which then goes out to be scheduled for distribution. And then once it's received, then there's a process of retrieving. And there's two people involved in that again. And all this is happening step by step by step by step. Until now. Today is the day.
Yeah,
You
baby.
no longer have to do a step by step by step. Only if you really want to, right? And so what have we done? Implemented AI into the process, even machine learning, which is a beautiful thing. Machine learning. So AI is artificial intelligence. Think of it that way. Machine learning is the ability for it to learn and accumulate the knowledge. So, for example, if you have an AI for your business and it understands your business and is dealing with your customers, it continues to get smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter. So that's what the machine learning is. Every mistake it makes, it does it better the next time. And so now this invoice processing process, from beginning to end, it's no longer two people at 2 points, one person, 1 point. And the point is this: you need to get AI in your business somewhere. And I don't mean just go out and get it. Listen to me. I'd rather you don't get it than just go out and get it. Do your due diligence, get the business audit, get a true understanding about what you have so you can have wisdom applied in this, okay? And be like these individuals, this company who was spending hours and hours and hours to now minutes.
That's the golden ticket right there, my man. And yeah, as I'll preach from Wilton's thing, anything, guys, that you're working behind the computer, anything you do on your phone, like that stuff can all be automated with AI. So like think about it very simply like that. Anywhere you're putting your cursor, you're going through, like that stuff can be automated. So partially why we get into the business audit, because we show you the whole landscape of what you're able to share with us. And then we identify ones that we want to start with, and we start building from there. Quick wins, or high priority ones. Invoice processing you mentioned. I know payroll, when we talk to CPAs, is a huge one. Just all the different manual things that you have to do. And it kind of made me think like the AI agents, chatbots and things like that. Like what's the difference there, Rob, for some of the people that are on here today?
Yeah. Like I was mentioning chatbots earlier because those were things were revolutionary about 10 years ago. Like, wow, those are incredible to be able to talk to people and give them information. Well, the difference between then and now is like the difference between MySpace and ChatGPT. Like MySpace was cool, but ChatGPT was the first platform to gain the fastest million users on the planet. And the reason for that is because of its ability to communicate clearly. And so a chatbot is one thing, but an AI agent, not only does it communicate with the person, with the customers or clients, but it can schedule them, can send them information, put them on an email list, send them a text message, answer any question that they have. We have a gym we're working with right now where the person comes on, this one just signed up a minute ago, literally just talking to the AI agent. And there's a process that the gym uses to qualify people before they bring them in. And the AI agent just asks the questions to them, and they answer, and that allows the gym to know, okay, this is a qualified person. And guess what? They're on the way because the AI scheduled the appointment.
Yeah, back to your point, man. If I'm calling someone, they don't answer, I'm going to the next business or the next gym or the next firm or whatever it is. And that's huge. Like the responsiveness, but once it gets the input of your business, your services, your tone, pricing, all the back end stuff, how you want it to operate, whether it's booking a meeting and linking to your calendar, or again, those qualifying questions, the criteria that you would already be asking these people on the phone to then escalate to you or to, again, a booked meeting. That's all entwined here into what AI can do. So again, urge you to take a look at the audit. We have a link in here too, guys, for our risk-free AI employees for a very low amount per trial, to be able to try out all these agents that we're talking about, not only for answering the phone, but social media and reviews and things that for your online presence. I just wanted to touch on too, Rob, like with all these integrations, all these different conversations we want to have with folks and helping make this AI strategy right for their business, like where can some people kind of see a struggle or have it be difficult for like really scaling with all this stuff we're talking about?
Well, the number one issue, well, maybe not number one, but 1A or 1B, we touched on it earlier, excuse me, understanding what you're doing. Like scaling, number one, understanding what you're doing, because you got to have the right processes in place. You don't want to scale a mess. And in order for things to scale, you think about, the tallest trees have the deepest roots. And so like the deeper the root, the taller the building. Like you need that root though, the base. So understanding what you're doing, that clearly, that's going to allow you to actually scale. The automation is just the automation doesn't make you scale. It's good processes automated that make you scale, that help to scale.
Exactly.
Right? And so also make sure that you understand as a business, right? Not just what you're doing, but what you want to do. So it's different. So the one thing is what you're doing. The other thing is what you're trying to accomplish. Get a clear understanding about that as well, because that just makes the process even easier. It's like the bread, the top and the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. Where are we today? Where do we want to be tomorrow? Where do we want to be next week, next month? And that's, again, it's huge. It just echoes what we say. I echo it on my LinkedIn and social media of like, you can't just automate and bring AI tools or an AI concept into a mess or chaos.
Oh my goodness.
Honing into those processes, how they're being done, what's the time behind them, what's that process?
Yeah.
Then we can articulate a strategy to make it work for your business.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man.
Piece like they overlook. Not just going to be able to slap it in. I always use the analogy of like, you're not going to turbocharge a car that's not set up properly. It's just not gonna. You're gonna blow something up, or it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work,
right? You're not gonna save time getting to where you want to go. Thinking you're in the Batmobile with the agent man. You're gonna be having to go, go to the shop and talk to that guy. So no, really appreciate that. There are challenges behind some of this stuff, but I think it really just boils down to simply understanding those processes, like we keep echoing with the business audit, to be able to identify, come up with a strategy, and then just simply implement and go. And monitor here and there. But
I'll say again, automation. You said a car. I like the analogy of the scalpel. I look at automation AI like a scalpel, because a scalpel is in the right hands of the surgeon can save your life. In the wrong hands, he'll take it. So it's like the same item. So this was very, very important. We don't just run out here, guys and gals, to go ahead and start getting technology and all these tools. You'd be very, very sorry. Okay. Okay.
Hey, well, that leads into what I wanted to ask you next, was like kind of the consultative approach that myself, the other partners, this whole organization we have at Scale Through Automation is all about. Like, bring us into like the value of an ongoing consulting partnership, like not only for the business of or just for the build, but like for the long haul.
Yeah, right? Man, that's great. Great question. So why Scale Through Automation? First of all, why not scale through automation? Right? Say the sentence. I just said you want to do that, but I also said you want to get with the right people who can walk you through it. You want to get with the right people, the right team. It's going to help your team understand how to use the right tools. Oh, that T, and T. I think we just did a triple T. And it's super important. And the reason why you want to do this is because there's a timeline. I don't know what it is. Some say 2 years, some say 3 years. It's running out. And businesses who do not implement automation, AI, somehow are going to fall behind and fall away. This is a 100% fact. It's just the way evolution goes. The businesses that do implement AI and automation the right way, my goodness gracious, they're going to flourish. They're going to do whatever they want to do, whether it is scale wide, scale high, maybe whatever you want to do, you're going to have the ability to do, because this automation is going to help you to do better business, right? It's going to help you not be in help your organization take people from behind the computer and in front of people, right? You don't want people bogged down. You want them head up. You want them customer facing. You want to be able to engage more. And so what we do is we not only help you, identify what those issues are, using a business audit to give you a solution, but we also make sure that the team and we consult to make sure everybody is doing and understands what they need to do so that it can be effective. Because that's all we care about. We care about companies winning. Because the companies win, the people win. When people win, the families win. The families win, we all win.
There you go, man.
All we do is win, 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 no matter. I mean, that's really,
Yeah, it's gold. It's just like getting people even just on the same page of like what the end goal is here. Yes, we want to get in, dived into the business, understand processes where you're spending your time, manual tasks, repetitive things that you're doing, those patterns you talked about, Rob. But ultimately, it's about getting those people on board and allowing them the time for their mind space to get into more of a creative, natural human state. I mean, just in doing research on happy people interacting with other humans, like we're all behind the desk on the computer in this crazy age, but use all this technology that Rob has mentioned that has evolved to be able to get kind of back to that Zen state, in the sense of like being creative and not bogged down by all these manual repetitive tasks that you don't have to do anymore. Again, if you really, Rob mentioned it, if you really do, go for it. But the capabilities of it, just moving forward to allow people like us, if you want to talk and get into an audit, to identify, strategize, and implement, and sky's the limit from there, man. So,
you said, and I like what you said. You sometimes the office space is, people are grumpy because they're tired and frustrated. So it's not that good of an environment, man. Whether you're working in the office or even virtual, it's like people are not as personable when they're stressed. This is just how it is. So we release the stress, we improve the process, elevate the company. I mean, and I know it sounds
better myself.
Yeah, don't you feel better just hearing those words?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, guys, if you're ready to stop doing all this manual, busy work, I know I have been. Let us know. Reach out. We've got Rob's on here, like I mentioned, the other partners we've had on weeks past. We'll have some upcoming things to share with you guys on episodes, and what we're doing moving forward. This was our last one for the AI for Business series. Hope you've enjoyed. And Rob, thank you for joining today, man. Like translating this into not just surviving and thriving, right? Like that's kind of the whole essence of what we're talking about. Like take the time to look into your business, leverage the tools and technologies that are out there that our team has a lot of experience doing. And again, you just onward and upward from there. So really appreciate you today, man. Thanks for the time.
Man, anytime, any day. And listen, you don't know what you don't know, but get around some folks who know more than you know.
Yeah, there you go, man. Well, we're excited to get people. Thanks for joining on, guys. Saw some comments coming through. Again, let us know any questions that you have or follow-ups, but we'd love to show you how deep you can go with AI into your business, and what the benefits can be going there. So
that's it.
My man, thanks again. The AI agent man.
Asian man.
Laying it down for us. Thank you guys again for joining, and we'll talk to you again soon. Hope everyone has a great afternoon.